Hi, everyone.
Oh, hi, James.
Welcome to BeerThralls presents the Beer Protocol. I'm James. I'm drinking whiskey and Dr. Pepper. Strangely, huh?
Hmm. Hmm.
I'm drinking pain. Also, my name is Jacob.
I'm Matt. I'm drinking my own mead that I made.
Gentlemen, cheers.
Cheers.
Mm.
Thank.
We are going to talk about I am original character, not copy like anyone else.
Did you? Okay, actually, I need to interject. Did you
Okay.
see Black Widow, James?
Yeah.
And all of that material, and that's where you went for Red Guardian.
Uh,
None
Were
of
you trying
David
to do
Harbour's
Russian
lines.
or shitty Italian? Because I'm not sure.
You couldn't. You couldn't talk about how suit still fit.
Well, you know who we are going to talk about? We're going to talk about Red Guardian, or Nikola. I am not attempting his last name. We're going to talk about the Red Guardian. He is 5 health, medium move, size 2, 3 threat. He is 3 physical, 3 energy, and 4 mystic defenses. His first attack is Strike! After this attack is resolved, this character gains 1 power. After this attack is resolved, if this character is size 3 or less, push the target away short. He's got Shield Throw, Physical, Range 4, 4 dice, 0 energy. After this attack is resolved, this character gains 1 power. This attack ignores line of sight, and the defending character does not benefit from cover. On Wild, he has Ricochet. After this attack is resolved, this character may make an additional shield throw attack. This attack must be another character that is within range 3 of the original character and may be any distance from this character. The additional attack does not from Ricochet does not have the Ricochet special rule. I am reading too fast. Spender, Siberian Shield Slam, because the plain old American one wasn't good enough. Range 2, 6 dice, 3 power. If this target is size 3 or less, after the attack is resolved, it may be thrown short. Reactive power. Focus repulsion field, 2 power. When this character is targeted by a physical or energy attack, it may use this superpower. This character adds blanks to its defense roll for its total successes. Infinity power. Red Guardian suit. When this character is damaged by an enemy or allied effect, after the attack is resolved, this character is not dazed, it gains 1 power. His reverse side is identical to his non-injured side.
not true. He's got one more health.
He's got 1 more health. I'm sorry. I didn't read that right.
We know.
So Red Guardian. So he immediately draws comparisons, of course, to Captain America, Steve Rogers from the core box.
Whoa, what?
You mean the card that's almost identical minus 1 power? And they just changed the name and called it Siberian
This is an
Shield Slam?
original character here. Original character.
I mean, he is. Red Guardian's interesting. Like his attack profile is almost identical to Captain America, as you called out. Shield throw does for revised Captain America. That actually probably would be worth noting. How did Red Guardian look compared to original Captain America? Because with the errata that polished cap a little bit, it gave him a little more damage on his attacks. But strike is the same, except instead of needing a wild for the push, Red Guardian gets the push automatically. And it's a flat builder instead of a damage builder, which I think is a change for the worse to balance getting the push automatically. Shield throw is identical, except it rolls 1 less die for damage. It's a flat builder, and it's potentially generating multiple attacks, so that's not too big a deal. 4 damage is probably still fine if you're swinging around corners to hit squishies.
Is Cap a 4 or a 3?
He is 4. A 4.
Oh, okay.
This is slightly discounted for having 1 less ability than actual Cap.
And Siberian Shield Slam costs 1 more power for some reason. Otherwise, it's identical. Yeah, look, Red Guardian almost more than anything else convinces me that the Winter Guard are either going to be ignored forever or will get errata at some point.
Well, they don't have sideways cards.
Well, I mean, yes, that. But it's just like the fact that for like the bit, they hewed him so close to Captain America, for them to have these minor differences makes me think like some are deliberate, probably some are just the
Well,
Ravage's
I'm assuming Siberian Shield Slam, and the fact that he goes 3-3-4 instead of 4-4-3 for his defenses is equal to one less threat.
Yeah. Well, I would also point out focused repulsion shield sounds similar, but is not the same as Cap's vibranium shield. When
Correct.
targeted by a physical or energy, you can add blanks. Cap's vibranium shield gives you 2 more defense dice.
I'd rather count blanks.
I'd rather have blanks.
On Cap's injured side, he also gets to count blanks, so he gets both.
Well, I need a goddamn errata on the people I want to play.
That's one of the reasons why Steve Rogers, the original Captain America, is a defensive monster once he is injured. Like, if you can keep him up at that point, he is extremely difficult to take down.
I mean, I get to count 80% of my dice and roll 2 extras. Cool.
Yeah.
I mean,
But Red Guardian's suit is an interesting ability. Like, I feel like, okay, cool.
Yeah.
This is a fun thing, as long as you are not damaged by an enemy or allied effect. Now, I don't think Winter Guard has a way to trigger allied effect, but folks like Sin or actually beam attacks. Sorry,
Yes.
Crimson
Yep.
Dynamo can use the beam attack to ping Red Guardian, or if Red Guardian's in the mix, you're not too worried. He'll take 1 point of damage, but Guardian's suit will actually give him a power in exchange.
Yes.
So that's actually really neat and helps offset the fact that both of his builders are flat generators. Also reassuring, he really doesn't have that many things to spend power on, so odds are you'll get to count blanks in your defense rolls pretty often. Otherwise, he's super straightforward.
does he have any cards
Oh
where
yeah,
like he ricochets a blast off of discount
No.
Iron Man into his shield and hits somebody else? And
Unaffiliated Comrade's Keeper. When an enemy character targets an allied character within range 3 of an allied Red Guardian may spend 2 power to play this card. Place Red Guardian within range 2 of the allied character. Red Guardian becomes the target of the attack regardless of range and line of sight. If Red Guardian suffers damage and is not dazed after the attack is resolved, throw the attacking character away from Red Guardian. So
isn't
this
that something that?
Venom does, Lethal Protector?
Yeah.
Yes. Or
Yeah.
Heroes for Hire with Luke Cage and Dragon Fist Boy.
Iron Fist.
Right. Thank you. So, couple important things to note here. I actually do feel like Comrade's Keeper is a fantastic tactics card.
I like it.
It's also unaffiliated, so if you do splash Red Guardian for whatever reason, this just like Lethal Protector with Venom, it's probably worth taking this card.
Any other cards?
So, for him specifically, no.
How about an Avengers?
You want
Just-
to team up?
just all
An Avengers
shields.
Red Guardian, and just have him sit on a point and just be like,
Because you can't. If
Kumbaya.
I remember the rules correctly, I can have Captain America and normal Captain America, Sam Wilson, and I mean he's a different
Also
model.
Captain
I can have all 3 in one list.
mm-hmm.
You can. Nothing's stopping you.
I mean, would I do that? Yes.
You're talking about it, so
I
yes.
mean, if you
I didn't say it was
if
good.
you put Cap in Winter Guard,
I mean, if you want to do like the Hydra brainwashing story, I guess that makes sense.
I mean, yeah.
that's not a horrible idea.
I mean,
That's
actually,
interesting.
no, having 2 models with essentially rapid fire on it, but slightly better, because it tends to have longer range. With all of Winter Guard's ability, everyone throws and pushes shit everywhere.
They have a lot of control.
Yeah, and that's your shtick.
So I would like to point out a couple things with Comrade's Keeper and a chance to finish. So, sorry, it's fine. So the range is 3 to the allied character. The enemy who is attacking your ally, there is no range requirement for how far away they are from Red Guardian. And Red Guardian just needs to be within range 3 of the defender, and then he places within range 2 of the allied. I know I just summed up everything again, but mentally picture, if you can, Red Guardian just jumped range 5 across the board for 2 power out of activation.
I mean, that's
and then
nice.
went and defended against Hawkeye, who's at range 5 and is now pushed into the back corner of the map and is useless for the rest of the game.
Throne. Also, even more hilariously, this
Hmm.
throw doesn't have a size restriction.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Throw
Okay,
Dormammu with this. Throw a Sentinel.
that makes this worthwhile.
And there's not even a range requirement from him to the enemy attacking for the throw. He doesn't have to be anywhere near him.
So
Like,
quite
this is-
literally, Sentinel, who just shot you from miles away, goes, "Hey, see that corner? Go live in it, you jerk,
Yeah.
forever."
That makes this kind of worthwhile.
Yeah, Comrade's Keeper is good. Like, this actually kind of beats the pants off Lethal Protector.
For a 3 threat, like if you wanted to splash
Yeah.
Captain America, but you wanted the extra point somewhere,
I mean,
he might not be too bad.
So it's also worth noting he doesn't have Bodyguard, which is one of Captain America Steve Rogers' defining character traits.
That is true, but I mean, you can get around that. That's fine.
You can get around that.
It's called bringing a Koye.
She's great.
Bring it away.
I don't have too much more to say about Red Guardian. I think he's decent. Like, he has a lot of variety in his attacks, and he has a long range attack with Ricochet. So he can penetrate pretty deep into your opponent's lines.
I kind of like the idea of having Captain America in Winter Guard and just having 2 people just throwing shields constantly.
Sit on a point relatively decently.
Yeah. Range 4 is pretty long range, so honestly, like, that's a lot of board cover.
I mean, it's kind of hard. Like if you start tossing in some cards, because he's going to generate a lot of power.
You can get 3 per turn right off shield throw.
I mean, you could pretty much get. So you say you pick up like senators, you pick up a senator, Cap picks up a senator. There's really nothing that's going to take him away other than like somebody stealing it.
Like, oh no, you could punch through Red Guardian. Red Guardian has no particular damage reduction other than counting blanks if he has the power.
But still,
which he will have.
That's still. You're talking 3/3, 4 to a 2/3s because it's not going to help with a 4. But
if you want to annoy your opponent, here's what you do: follow through with me. Play Avengers. Take Steve Rogers. Take Sam Wilson. Take Red Guardian. Take Black Panther. Now you have 4 models with blank counting shenanigans. Actually, I don't think Sam Wilson has any blank counting shenanigans. But at least 3 of those do. As long as your opponent does not throw down mystic attacks, your shield boys are going to run up, bully the table with pushes and throws. Sam Wilson can use his flyby to grab Black Panther or Red Guardian or Cap and get them a little further on their way.
Hawkeye just sits in the back, just starts picking things off past them.
So Sam Wilson doesn't have count blanks, but he does have Vibranium Shield. So now you got 2 models with a Vibranium Shield, and then 3 models counting blanks, and everyone's gonna have minimum all the power they need. And it's just walk up and go, I am superpower team.
And
so
remember,
Sam's a 3.
Yeah.
Sam 3.
3, that's 6. Cap's a 4. So you're only looking at 7 points right there.
4 for Black Panther.
And 4 for Black Panther.
Black Panther is not thematic for shields, but he has the same ability from his Vibranium suit.
Yeah, I was saying he's got Vibranium. They just all bring Vibranium or Vibranium.
So it is 14 points for the all Vibranium all the time team.
And it's actually not a bad team up.
That is not a bad team up.
With Steve Rogers' ability to reduce the first superpower of each turn that you use, all of them get to use their 2 cost like reactive thing for 1 during your opponent's turn. So your opponent is just not going to be able to chew through all of your, unless you roll bad. That's always the thing. You could just roll bad.
I mean, that's my problem, not everyone else's problem.
You just take Iron Man 2.
You're gonna make me go buy Captain America Sam Wilson now, aren't you?
I have him.
Sam Wilson's actually pretty sick.
I really want to throw this on the table and see how this works.
Okay, James, I have Red Guardian. I don't have the other. I don't have the other 3 models.
All right, we're gonna do this. We're gonna have to report back on this. You're gonna have to deal with a zombified Captain America, but it'll be fine.
Whatever.
Zombie vibranium still spends.
Yeah. Holy shit! If this is actually good.
That's actually kind of hysterical.
So,
All right.
because do you have mobility? Sam brings a lot of
Yeah.
mobility with his charge and range attack, his pickup, his long movement. You have a long move on Black Panther.
What's a good
Like,
2-point to throw into that though?
A toad.
Get a 3-point because you're at 14 and the average game is 17.
17.
So pick another 3-point, pick another 4 for an 18-point game, pick a 2-point for a 16-point game, and you can't pick a model right now for one threat for the 15, which is the lowest.
That's
But
fine. Whatever.
with that core, okay. This episode is transitioning. We've run
Hold
out of
on.
things to say about Red Guardian, so now we're transitioning.
I
Yeah,
mean,
we finished talking about it. Like now we're going to
and by
theory
doing
craft.
this, you actually bring 2 leaders to Avengers. So depending on what your opponent is, you can choose either one.
Yep.
Who's a good
You could
2-point?
You could take Hulkbuster at 6 for your backup if the points go to 20, because you have these 4 plus Hulkbuster just to make sure.
How about
I would
Ultra
bring
Hulk?
those 4 and all of Winter Guard, because Winter Guard, like I said, is good. It's good for pushing off points if you come up against a criminal syndicate. It's just a big screw you. That's my point now.
Yeah. So it's also worth noting that Sam Wilson's shield throw only 4 dice, but if it deals damage and the character is size 2 or less, has a guaranteed push.
Oh my
And
god. Add Taskmaster.
Ooh, yes.
So
Yes.
many shield throws.
Yes. Oh,
Okay.
and every shield throw is range 4, and Black Panther can leap, so he doesn't need it. You have a ton of range. You have all the vibranium.
Get Baron Zemo to just stand back and just be like, no, go ahead and do stuff. This is getting
Okay.
sick.
I don't list I'm making now. I bring in all the shields. I didn't want to play this, but now I do.
Yeah, this is goofy. I like it.
I know what I'm
I
bringing.
definitely want to try this.
I will put this together and test it at a tournament.
God,
and I hate tournaments.
This is terrifying for anyone who sits up on points.
Yeah.
Even
that's
like
you, James.
even like the Spider Friends, Web Warriors, whatever you want to call them. Like,
yeah,
because they're kind of close to each other all the time. It's just shield throw, shield throw, shield throw, and you're just hitting 2 people every single turn.
Yeah, it's death by 1,000 paper cuts. Eventually, I'm going to crit on you.
You are running somewhat wide, so Sam Wilson's leadership could be hilarious. Do watch out for a very tall boy. I don't know how anyone beats Malekith yet, but I would like to see everyone throw shields at Malekith and just yell, "Catch these!"
Well, but that's the thing
That's
is,
why you have Taskmaster.
Yeah, you're getting 4 long range attacks, so you can spread around him to the point where he can't pick 2 of you off at one turn.
Oh my god.
And so you get 1 on him and then 1 of his 2 other people every fucking round because it's range 3 off the thing you hit.
Who else has Ricochet?
You.
Who else has Ricochet?
We're just gonna search all of the game for Ricochet now.
I like how. No, we need to stop talking. I want to bring this. I don't want other people to bring this.
Okay, who's got? That's a great question. Okay, let me look at the list of all the people.
Because that's the thing is,
let me turn on to my stack of boxes.
Because you can actually, if you bring these guys plus you bring Winter Guard, you can splash Crimson Dynamo in this to great effect.
I mean, you could splash Crimson Dynamo. You could also splash Bucky.
Bucky would be a good one.
Nah, I think I'd still rather bring Beam 4 energy.
I do think Taskmaster is a surprisingly inspired idea because everyone's tanky. Everyone's tanky. But Taskmaster also has counting blanks with Well Within 2 for martial artist and additional defense if he gets attacked multiple times. His job is, before Lizard came out, Taskmaster was one of the I am the defensive one. I will live here forever.
I have so many models to put together and buy now and paint.
All right, we're gonna post this on our Facebook page. We're gonna get a list together. We're gonna try it out because I need to find out what missions, and then with this amount of power generation, because they really don't have anything to spend it on other than, God, everyone's shield
You-
slamming.
that- That's what I
Um,
was saying. You just get enough power, and it's just one turn of 2 shield slams. Fuck it. What do you gotta lose? Killing a model
I mean,
of your opponents?
I've
You,
never
you
really
get
looked
that
at.
ultimate team up of Captain America shield slams a dude over to Red Guardian.
It-
Daw! Shield
Take
slam into a wall.
No. What it's gonna be is Ogrins from 40k Dark Tide just all getting together, going push, push, push with their
Trip
shields.
Up. Is Trip Up still allowed?
The card? Tactics card? I believe so.
Because Trip Up requires you to be within, I think it's like 2 or 3 of another player that's within of that model you're targeting. Like, Trip Up's a great thing to do, but I've never really looked at any of the, add this attack profile to the card for spending energy, and I might with this list.
I'll
This
point
is
out
my
with,
list, James.
Your
I'm
list.
confusing your thought of this.
with Trip Up, it does say when an allied character targets an enemy and the target is within 2 of another ally, both characters can spend to add stun and stagger if you deal damage. But the attacker doesn't have to be within 2 of the target. So you could shield throw from way downtown, ricochet, and then trip up with the ricochet to get someone off of your buddy.
All right, we're making this.
This is
All right.
this is either going to be work way more fantastically than it should, or it's going to be such a pile of hot garbage mess it's not even worth bringing.
So,
Take
So-
just your local game store, put it down, and just wait. What are you doing? Why are there so many shields?
all the shields. All right, thank you guys for watching. We're gonna definitely do
Okay,
this.
bye.
Bye.
Game off. Don't listen to anything we just said. It's mine.